RUBII.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Welcome to Juice.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing okay. I'm sort of on a 2-day hangover because I had birthday celebrations not too long ago, and I was definitely feeling the effects of that yesterday. But yeah, we're a bit more awake today, so I'm feeling good.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm alright. Yeah. I'm very happy to finally meet you.
Yeah, and you as well.
So we're drinking Rubicon Light Tea today,
We are.
right? That's your favorite juice.
That's my favourite juice.
I just tried it. It's nice. It's very sweet.
It's really sweet, but I think that's probably part of the appeal, to be fair.
So did you get your name from Rubicon?
I did.
Did you like it so much?
Yeah, I've always loved Rubicon, but I also used to dye my hair like loads of different colours. And then my mate said to me, he was like, oh, every time I see you, you look like a different Rubicon carton. And then when it was sort of cool to change your Instagram handle to something like a bit quirky, I was like, I'm going to change it to Rubicon. And then people started messaging me being like, hey, RUBII. So I guess people just thought that was my name, and I was like, I'm going with it.
Oh, right. Wait, what's your real name?
It's not RUBII.
It's not RUBII.
But I can't reveal it.
Okay. Oh, I need to see your ID, man.
Yeah. Well, I can show you after.
Okay.
But I just don't. To be fair, it starts getting a bit confusing.
Yeah.
Because half of my friends know me as RUBII, and then half of my friends know me by my actual name. And then if I bring those people together, when we're all trying to have a conversation, someone says my name, there's always a couple of people at the table that are like, who? Like, what? Who are you talking to? And then it's just like, yeah, everyone, you just have to call me what you want.
Cool.
Because it's getting very
I
confusing.
don't want to ruin the mystery for the fans. All right. I love that. Not many people get their artist names from a juice or something like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, that is true,
Cool.
I guess.
Okay, so you recently released your new single, Jealousy. Tell me about it.
So I must have made it quite a long time ago now, to be fair. But it was like one of the songs that I kept coming back to and being like, that's really good. Like, I really like it. But yeah, I mean, it's about I feel like when I've dated people, they often tend to be creatives, usually like musicians or DJs. And I've quite often experienced a little bit of like competition and jealousy with people that I'm dating, and you know, how my music's going and how their music's going. And yeah, I was like, I'm going to write a song about it. So some of the stuff that I say in there is actually, it rings very true. So yeah, I guess I was just sort of laying that out, saying it how it is.
Concept. Do you see that happening a lot, not just with your relationships, but with, like, people around you, your friends?
I think there's been times where I've sort of caught someone doing something or saying something that I've been a bit like that's a bit weird. But I'd say it's mainly just with people that I've dated who, I don't know, I guess start to see me as a bit of like a competition on how well we can both do, but against each other.
Oh man, that's
so
yeah. I think if it's especially men, they always have that, I don't know, that perception that they have to be the better ones, the superior ones. And if you're a bit more successful than them, it starts annoying them and offending their ego.
I really think that is it. And then it always ends with I have to go and work on myself and, you know, get better as a person and get my money and all of that. And I'm like, well, you know, I could have worked with it. Why is you with me? But I guess. Wow. So yeah, that's what jealousy is about. Cool. Yeah.
Does it represent a new era after Olive Green?
It does slightly, in a way that I just feel like it has a slightly different tone to it. And we're in the works of making an EP at the moment, and I feel like the EP does have a bit of a different tone to it, in that I think I'm being a bit more like I'm like laying stuff out. I think I'm saying stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna not hold back in a way that I'm made some like crazy tunes, but I feel like it's more just a bit more of like empowerment of me. So yeah, because Olive Green was a bit more sort of chilled, and I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this upcoming EP is going to be more about your personal growth, more empowering.
Yeah.
Do you think you're still figuring it out, like what the main theme of that is going to be
In terms of the
EP?
Yeah. Well, I do have themes to music that I make, but it's a bit obscure, because I have like some sort of synesthesia, which means that quite often my songs look like colours to me. So all of the songs on Olive Green looked like they sounded like an olive green to me, apart from Fall, to be fair, but that was just an exception because I just had to put it on the EP.
What colour was Fall?
Fall is more of like a purple, I would say. And then on this EP, I mean, Jealousy is definitely a red. And then there's quite a few other songs on there that are like burgundy, sound like burgundy tones. And there's a song on there that's a bit more of like a purpley burgundy. I don't know. That's just how my brain works when it comes to music.
I love it. Synesthesia is such a beautiful thing to have, especially if you're a musician. And I'm pretty sure you design your own artwork as well.
Yeah.
So that gives you a lot of freedom to create whatever you want, however you want it.
For sure.
Yeah,
and I love it as well because I can just spend so much of my day just sitting down and just drawing something. Like, I really do love it. So yeah, at the moment, I feel like with this EP as well, I'm trying to include my artwork a lot more, and make it much more like part of the music. So I'd love to do like gallery gigs, like in a gallery space, and have my artwork up that people can have a look, because I'm trying to do a different piece of artwork for every single track, basically, so I can like show what they look like visually to me. But yeah, I do my own artwork. Beautiful. And I love it.
So you did the artwork for Jealousy, and you've done the same for Olive Green.
Yeah.
And that little drawing you have on your profile, with the shoes, RUBII, you made that too.
Yeah. That's
amazing.
Thank you.
So cool.
Thank you.
So I want you to talk me through your songwriting process. How do you write your music? Do you have like a specific way you do it?
Not really. I mean, it differs, to be fair. Sometimes it will literally just be that I'm listening to a beat in my headphones, and I find that I also write the best when I'm in the middle of doing something. So if I'm on the tube, or like if I'm walking trying from A to B and I'm listening to a beat in my headphones, I'm like lyrics, like getting such good stuff down. I'm always like, I always write my best stuff when I'm doing something else at the same time. But usually it's the beat first. I have to kind of be inspired by the beat, I think. And then it's lyrics after. But every time I write, usually I have an idea of something that I would like to write about, or I'm like feeling a type of way, so I usually go in with it with like, I want to write about this. But yeah,
cool. So once you get the feeling and the beat, do you write the song until you finish, or do you ever stop and then you get back to it a little bit later?
I didn't used to do the songs the whole way through. And I'm reading a book at the moment that is basically all about creativity, and it's saying that if you start something, that you should try and finish it in the same session, because obviously how you like make your art is all very dependent on that moment in that time. So quite often I was making tracks, I was not finishing them, and then coming back to them and being like, oh, like I don't know what to put in here. And so my manager said to me as well, he was like, I think you should try and finish everything in one go. So now I do that, but I didn't used to. But doing it in one go makes it a lot easier.
Definitely. Yeah, it's all about the feeling, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of musicians writing up to 10 songs a day. It's a really good challenge to stay in the feel. I know it's so hard, it's so tense, but everyone says like it's a very good practice to get better at songwriting, because you get the words out a lot faster. I don't know. But at the same time, when you write a song and you feel stuck, like you can't get any more lyrics out or like work on the music anymore, I think it's always good to take a break and then go back to it. But the feeling,
100%.
It's the difficult part for sure. Would you say you're a perfectionist with your music?
Yeah.
Isn't everyone?
Yeah, I think I am. I am, but in a way I'm also not. because with some of my songs, I feel like it's just not really required that everything should sound really like crystal clear and like very clean. Because I think sometimes it brings a bit more of a vibe if it's not like that. But I will be sitting there recording the same thing over and over again about 50 times until I get the one that I like. So in a way, yeah.
Okay. Do you produce your music by yourself, or do you work with other producers?
No, I work with different producers. Yeah, there's like a couple of producers that I'm working with at the moment who I sort of keep coming back to. Shout out Monarchy and Dylan. But I used to do a little bit of production. I probably wasn't very good, but I just could never put stuff down to my own beats, which is quite weird. So I just ended up working with other people, and that's just how I do it now.
Was it difficult at the beginning when you started working with those producers to make sure that they really get your vision and your idea?
Yeah. Well, with some people, it just happens straight away. Like some people just get the vision. Like the guy who mixed and mastered all of Olive Green, JP, shout out again. First time I sent a track to him, he got it straight away. But I had also worked with other people who I had to keep being like, oh, can you change this? Can you change this? And I've worked in sessions with people as well where I've left it and I've just thought, not doing that again. But that's just how it goes, you know? Like we're not all fit. I mean, to work with each other, and that's okay.
You just got to be lucky.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Describe me your music in 3 words.
It's hard to just put down in a couple of words, really.
Definitely.
Because I feel like even though a lot of my songs do have a similar vibe to them, I feel like I don't always follow like a specific genre. So some stuff is just completely different to other stuff. So
for sure,
my tracks are chill, but then there'll also be a couple tracks that I'm like, it's not really that chill. But
I've read some articles on your music, and people usually describe it as a modern take on R&B with some hip-hop elements, some like lo-fi bedroom stuff, if you may. Yeah. But like, you can never describe someone's music just with one genre. Yeah. And that obviously applies to your music as well.
Yeah, sort of like a mash of everything together, which I like, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not surprised that people say lo-fi, because that is when I first started doing my own solo stuff. I just used to do everything on like lo-fi beats. So I guess I've kind of come up from that. So yeah, that makes sense.
Do you still work with music samples for your music?
Like Jealousy, is that what you mean?
Jealousy,
like,
and
like within the track.
Which one is it? Jammin', for example.
Jammin'.
The Work and Be a Lonely Place. Is that a sample?
It is a sample, yeah.
Cool.
This is so bad, but I've tried to find the song for so long of the sample in Jammin', and I can't find it. And I've asked the producer as well, but he hasn't replied to me. So if you watch that, could you please tell me what the sample is? And then Jealousy has got the sample in the start as well. I guess I love a sample.
I love a good sample
really cool,
too.
Yeah,
that's so cool. What is your comfort food, RUBII?
My comfort.
We're not only talking about music here. I want to know everything.
I can tell you exactly what my comfort food is, and I can also tell you the setting that I'll be in as well.
Wow.
So it has to be a Wagamama's. Okay. And I always get the chili squid because it is just so good.
Pretty good, yeah.
And a yaki udon and a smoothie, and then I sit down in my bed and I watch a Studio Ghibli film, and that is my comfort.
Love it. Have you been asked this question many times? You seem very prepared.
I just always do it. And I end up always watching the same film as well, which is Howl's Moving Castle. So if ever I feel like a little bit down or I feel a bit ill, I'm like, I deserve this.
Cool. I want you to tell me about the making of your music video, Jammin'.
Oh, yeah.
Who is that little girl? She's adorable.
She is the best. We couldn't have got someone more perfect. So I just asked around agencies to see if they had anyone who looked similar to me, and they sent me Betsy over, and she was 10 years old. She looks a lot younger, to be fair, but she's 10. And they sent me the photos, and I was like talking to my management about it, and we were all like, she's perfect. Like, because we looked quite similar as well. Like I kept seeing like shots of her from the side, and I was like, we look like twins. But yeah, she was an absolute star. She came down with her dad, and they spent the day recording. He was so patient because obviously he just had to sit and sort of just watch from the side. But she absolutely loved it, and obviously because of that, we absolutely loved it as well. So yeah, that was a really good experience. It was really nice.
Challenging at all working with her, because she's a kid?
Challenging?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it is, because it was probably more challenging working with me.
Really?
Yeah, because I suppose when you're younger, you just don't really care. So if someone tells you to do something, like do this, act this way, she'll just do it, and she doesn't have any like shame or embarrassment about it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes if someone would be like, can you do to me, could you do this, I'd be a bit like, I look silly.
Yeah.
So no, she was amazing. She loved it the whole way through. She did exactly what we told her to do, and she did it very well as well. So yeah.
Cool. Was that your first music video?
So it wasn't the first music video that I've shot, but nothing ever came of the first music video that I shot because someone lost half of the footage.
Oh man.
So that was my first music video that I've released, ever. And it was really good. I had to get up really early because I was coming. We shot it in Brighton, but I was living in London at that time. So I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning. And then by the time I got there, I was like, I must look absolutely bedraggled. And I looked at myself back on the camera after it all came out and was like, definitely stunning. I think I probably do look like I got up quite early that day. I would say that. I think
it's only you.
But yeah, it was really fun. And shout out to Lewis as well. He directed everything.
I love the direction.
Yeah.
I love the colors in the video. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you working on any other music videos?
We are planning to, for when the EP comes out. We've got a couple tracks on there that we'd like to do a music video to. But at the moment, I'm not really too sure. We don't have anything really planned, just because I've got quite a lot coming up before then. So I haven't really thought about it much, but I would love to shoot more videos, and I think next time I'd also quite like to be the director of my videos as well, because I have a lot of ideas in my head, and I can sort of picture it exactly how I want it. So then sometimes if it means that other people directing or other people like creative directing, it doesn't come out exactly how I have seen it in my head. So yeah, I'd definitely like to be more involved in that. So hopefully the next videos that come out, I can be like, I did that, I directed that.
So cool.
Yeah.
So you work in music full time, right?
I do at the moment. Yeah.
How is it like for you? Like, give me a day in the life of RUBII. What do you do?
I just go to the studio, I write music, I draw, I send out merch, pack up merch and send it all out. And then, I mean, it just depends really, because like today I'd be like, I'm going to a podcast, and then other days it's meetings, some days it's just like a lot of meetings, some days it's gigs.
If you were to do a cover of a very famous song, a very mainstream song, what would you choose?
I have done a couple covers in my lifetime. Well, I did that Vic Mensa Down on My Luck cover, which is
the one you recorded yourself singing in your bedroom.
Yeah,
with the green background.
Yeah. And I really love that cover, to be fair. But recently I've been thinking that if I was going to do a cover, I'd want to do an Erykah Badu, because at the moment I wake up and I listen to Erykah Badu, and I listen to Erykah Badu before I go to sleep. So she's kind of like, she gets me up and she sends me to sleep as well.
She's always there.
She is.
Nice one. Well, you should do it soon.
Yeah, I do want to do a cover for my live shows. I think I'm going to do covers as well. Which might be a bit weird, because I feel like covers, everyone will be like, woo, yeah, we know this one, and everyone will be singing along, and then it will come to my next song and everyone will be like, we don't know this song.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm going to do some covers.
Cool. One last question for you. I like to ask this to all of my guests here. What's something that brings you peace? Is it a place, a person, an activity?
It's definitely not a person. Say that right now.
Good.
To be honest, being alone gives me peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a loner. I just love being in my own company. And to be honest, just doing what I do now brings me peace. The music, the artwork, just expressing myself creatively, that really brings me peace. I feel like my whole life at the moment I'm like, this is so good. But yeah,
that's a really beautiful answer. Nice.
Thank you.
I think I'm also a loner. I love spending time by myself, but it can be the most challenging thing for a lot of people, being comfortable in their own company.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's so rewarding, and you get time to reflect on yourself and just do things that you can enjoy that you could never do with other people.
Yeah, there's been many a day where I've wanted to go out and do stuff, and I've been like, I'm just going to go and do it on my own. Whether that be going to a gig, I'll happily go stand at a gig by myself, like exhibitions, taking myself out for a meal. I love it. I'm like, I'm taking myself on a date right now. I'm like, oh, I really do treat me good. So yeah, I love just being in my own company and just doing what I do.
What else are you up to this year? So you said you've got an EP coming out?
Yeah, big year actually. We've got quite a lot of stuff planned already. I've got an EP coming out. I'm hoping that's going to be March, but I might be being a bit too optimistic with that. I'm actually about to go on tour in a week and a half or so with RUBII Project. And that's going to be for the whole of February, which is insane because I've never been on tour before, so this is going to be my first time. So
are you going to stay in the UK?
It's the UK and Scotland.
Cool.
So I'm going to see what that's like. I can't wait to do it.
Have you been to Scotland before?
I have been to Scotland. I've been to Edinburgh.
Cool.
But that's it.
Okay.
And then I've got a headline show. I haven't spoken about this anywhere, so I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but
this is your chance.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I've got a headline tour in April. So I'm going to be going to a few places in the UK, and then potentially, I'm not going to say the last place just in case it doesn't happen, but we are looking to also go abroad somewhere as well. So there might be a RUBII date abroad, which would be insane. Wow. And then recently I've just been offered quite a few like support slots and gigs and stuff, so at the moment it's just EP and touring. That's it, which is all happening like quite early on in the year, but I'm sure there will probably be lots more to sort of fill out the year. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. I'm excited.
You seem like you're in a very happy place at the moment with all of your creative projects.
Yeah, I am. It's just insane. Like, it's just crazy to me that this is what I do now, because it's like it's just something I've always wanted to do. And I guess as much as I've always believed that I am going to make something of it, when you actually are doing it and you're like, this is what I do full time now, it's just like, I just feel so blessed. Yeah, that's really good.
You're doing big things, RUBII.
Thank you.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm not taking that. And I like the crowd, I keep around, I know they switched on. I like the tunes so that my voice can dance to this song.